I was the first person to say, I got it. You don't need to do this for me. I've got this. I think there's a big misconception with femininity that it's free-flowing dresses and lots of pink, and the female body has been designed to receive. Me operating in this strong, independent, don't need no help kind of attitude has definitely caused me inconveniences along the way. Body language, physical touch, the way that you smile when somebody is speaking to you. I don't need any masculine energy from anybody else because I can get it all myself. Hello guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. As you'll be able to tell from today's title, I'm going to be talking about how I am becoming a more feminine woman and reinventing myself after years of being the strong independent woman who doesn't need a man and being brought into boss babe culture and just living that independent life, of how I'm now letting that go and learning how to harness my unique qualities as a feminine woman to become more high value. So if you are a recovering hustler, a recovering independent woman who's realized actually we do want some help here, we do want to embrace our femininity, then this is definitely the video for you guys. And the fact that I am filming this at 7:15 in the morning tells you how called I feel to create this video for you guys, because I literally got up, got ready and was like, I need to film this today because I have had so many downloads and so many epiphanies and light bulb moments about how I've actually lived life completely out of alignment with what deep down I really want, because I've been bought into this independent woman culture. So make sure to grab a drink. I've actually got two. I always drink fresh orange in a Prosecco glass. I'm not really sure what it is, but I feel like it just gives me the hotel vibe, you know. But make sure to grab a drink before we dive into this video. If you do enjoy it, please give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. So number one for becoming more feminine and being able to actually embrace the feminine qualities that we all hold within us is to assess what the current blocks are, okay? And I remember searching YouTube and watching all of these videos about becoming a feminine woman, and there was a lot of inner work that I had to do to unlearn a lot of stories that I have grown up with and adopted into my reality. I think it's really, really important if you are a woman right now watching this video who has operated in her masculine energy for a long time. I'm definitely working on the imbalance that I have had in my years of operating in my masculine, but it's really time to do that inner work and just assess what the current beliefs are that we hold, and also any blocks that we might have had as well. So quite common ones that came up for me was the inability to accept help, assuming that when somebody was trying to help me it was because they viewed me as weak, or they thought that me as a woman couldn't do the same thing that a man could. And again, I'm just using men and women here as examples. Masculine and feminine are energies embodied by both male and female. But some of the things that really came up for me was thinking that I needed to do it all. Didn't want to be viewed as weak. I didn't want to be viewed as too vulnerable. I had this real attitude of just proving the world that I could do anything that other people could, and if not better, and I don't need any masculine energy from anybody else because I can get it all myself. And this really came from the inner work that I did. And I have definitely grown up in households where the woman takes charge, the woman is the breadwinner, and I've grown up around really strong women and watching women operate in masculine and men operating a little bit more in feminine, which has definitely thrown off my view of each quality and assuming that the woman needs to be the masculine energy, the go, 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 the provider, the person that makes everything happen. And I hadn't really realized that when I was beginning on this journey, that actually I had a lot of inner work to go and just find where all of this started for me and where I adopted it but then ran with it as well, because this has been an energy that has cost me a lot in the long run as well. I will come on to a few examples in the different points, but me operating in this strong, independent, don't need no help kind of attitude has definitely caused me inconveniences along the way, when by just embracing my natural state and the natural energy, I could have had a much easier life, okay? And inner work is really, really important. I think assessing what your current beliefs are, where you currently are as well on like a scale of your masculine to feminine energies, and if you are not aware of the different types of energies, I definitely feel like they'll come through in this video, but you'll often tend to see softer traits, more creative, intuitive traits in women, and more go, 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 assertive direction from men. This is a stereotype. This isn't the full balance of masculine and feminine, but just in case anybody is completely new to the language that I'm using in this video. So after assessing those beliefs and just really understanding where you're at and potentially anything that you need to work through to allow you to go on this journey to becoming more feminine, the second thing is being open to receiving. Okay, and this is one that I have struggled with the most in life, is being open to just receiving. And this isn't just help, this isn't just money, this goes to compliments on your appearance, compliments on your character, compliments on your kindness, and being able to actually be open to receiving those things. Like I said before, I definitely adopted a mindset of I can do it myself, I can do it. I was very quick to dismiss any attempt of masculine energy coming my way because I wanted to adopt it myself. Whether that was somebody paying for a date or somebody holding my bag, I was the first person to say, I got it. You don't need to do this for me. I've got this. I can do it. And this caused so many problems in previous relationships and also just inconveniences for myself because I felt like I needed to take on that role as well. So there was instances in the past where I paid for first dates. I was very much like, I got this. Like, let me prove to you that I can do this and I don't need you to pay for my drinks. I don't need you to pay for this bill. And I was overcompensating and trying to become the masculine energy in every situation by assuming that everybody that tried to help me or offered to give was coming from a place of not trusting that I could do it or belittling me in any way or thinking that I was weak or couldn't do it myself. And that's something that I've really had to unlearn, even down to accepting compliment. We all can think of a time recently, I can assure you it was probably in the past week, where somebody has said that you look nice or they've given you a compliment and you've been so quick to say how disgusting your nails are, or really, they're overdue by a week. Or somebody compliments your hair and the first thing you say is, gosh, it's not been washed in a week. Somebody compliments your outfit and you say, oh, it's only from so-and-so. Oh, it's old, you know. Oh, really? I feel like a slob, or whatever it is that just comes out. We're very quick to dismiss any attempt to receive, and especially from a place of coming from the independent masculine energy. That was something that I really struggled with, was just receiving in any instance and receiving help, you know. I really overcompensated by being the giver of support and financial support and everything to a masculine man because I thought that that was them belittling me. And we have to understand that when we're on this journey to understand the balance of masculine and feminine, that actually when we are dismissing a masculine man trying to help us and trying to give, by not receiving and dismissing that attempt is potentially going to harm that relationship in the long run, because that is a man's natural state. Okay, being masculine, being the giver, even when we think about everything, okay, the female body has been designed to receive. Everything in the feminine is receiving, you know, receiving the compliments, receiving the help, receiving the love, receiving the kindness. And again, this comes back to point number one of just assessing where the blockers might be, because the reason that I couldn't accept help and I couldn't accept the support and I couldn't receive was because I assumed that it was coming from a place of belittling me, of viewing me as weak, of viewing me as vulnerable, and that didn't sit well with me as somebody that was trying to adopt masculine energy and adopt those independent, I can do it myself kind of traits. And guys, I know that I'm speaking about like men and women here, and I will continue to do that for the purpose of this video, but I also want you guys to understand that this is not taking advantage of help and support, okay? But if somebody is offering you that, most of the time it's because they want to give you it, okay? And especially if a guy offers to carry your bags or open the door for you or hold the door open, just get in the state of receiving without feeling like it needs an explanation, without feeling like you need to apologize, okay, for somebody holding the door. Sorry, thank you. Just thank somebody for doing it, okay? Try and get into that energy of receiving, because if they wanted to, they would, okay? And if they are, that is because they want to. Number 3 is appearance. And I feel like we might have some eye rolls here, and some people might think that this comes across really shallow, but I think it's a really, really important characteristic to embrace as a woman. And as somebody that is trying to embrace and become more feminine, appearance is really important. And it is not as shallow as plastic surgery, covering yourself in makeup, becoming the perfect appearance, because to me appearance is everything, from the way that you do your skincare to basic hygiene to the clothes that we wear to the way that we show up and look after ourselves. And I know for me, I am a lot more attracted to a man when they take care of themselves and they really look after their appearance and invest in it. And if that's what I am attracted to, I should also embody that as myself. I think there's a big misconception with femininity that it's free-flowing dresses and lots of pink and like girly, ditzy, cute vibes. And whilst I love that, and what a lovely symbol of femininity to wear the free-flowing dresses, it's not limited to that, okay? And when I speak about appearance, I really do mean everything from washing your hair constantly, looking after your nails and your skin, looking after your body and your health, and to the way that we dress as well. And I see a lot on TikTok, especially at the moment, about pretty privilege. This is not the point I am making with appearance, because I honestly believe that being attractive, being pretty, being feminine, being beautiful is way above the physical appearance, okay? And when I speak about appearance, it is just more for ourselves, of looking after ourselves. And I definitely find that when I am wanting to feel more feminine, I do choose different dress options than the standard leggings, gym wear, athleisure, hoodies, overshirts. I do find that I'm drawn more towards dresses and that kind of stuff. And yes, that might be stereotypical, but it really helps me feel more feminine because of the way it sits, the way it fits, the way it makes me feel. It's not limited to just that. Like I said, it's really things like hygiene, the way that we look after ourselves and our bodies and our face and our hair. I think physical appearance is really important, and not to attract the masculine, not to attract a man, but to embody the beauty that we have within ourselves, which is why I'm not talking about makeup and all of those products, because we do live in a world at the moment where you can get the perfect everything. Yeah, as long as you have the money to do it, you can get a new face, you can get a new body, you can get new anything. And that's why for me appearance is much above that kind of stuff. So number 3 was appearance, but it is actually one of the feminine pillars. So I'm going to go through a few more of the feminine pillars, and appearance was one of them. But another one is personality, okay? And I know there will have been a few of you listening to me talk about appearance, like, is she not going to talk about everything else? You know, is she not going to touch on personality? Personality for me is what makes you shine, because you could be the prettiest girl in the room, okay? You could be the most beautiful girl, although what a subjective word that even is, in the room. But if you don't have a good personality, I can assure you that will make you less attractive, okay? And we all have met people that might have been physically beautiful, but from a personality point of view, have completely let themselves down. And personality doesn't just mean, are you funny? Can you have a laugh? You know, are you happy and positive and bubbly all the time? For me, personality embodies IQ and EQ, and the ability to actually be emotionally intelligent, okay? A lot of us have emotions, but maybe are not emotionally intelligent and don't understand the impact that our emotions can have on other people, and also be able to absorb and empathize, sympathize, offer support, offer advice to other people's emotions as well. It's also the ability to read the room, and for me that is one of the best personality traits that I have learned, and I am still learning, is reading the room and learning when it is time to shine and be the loud character, be the main character in a situation, and to be the center of attention, and sometimes when just to hold back, observe, read the room, and make that calculated decision on the action that you then want to take. And as a feminine woman, I feel like it's one of the best things that you can do is develop your emotional intelligence and just become more self-aware, but also more socially aware in settings as well, because I know for me, I have overcompensated for years of being the loudest person, being the person that brings the banter, being that person that takes the mick out of themselves a little bit, and also potentially other people in a way of putting the attention on me, okay? And actually there's so much beauty in being able to sit back, read the room, and assess the direction that you want to take. Personality, like I said, is more than just emotional intelligence and actual intelligence. And for me, this comes on to point number 3, which is kindness and your interactions, okay? And this comes down to body language, the way that we speak to people, the way that we maybe give as well. And I feel like kindness is a word that has a lot of connotations attached to it, especially for me when I've been doing this inner work. Kindness for me had a direct link with weakness and being taken advantage of and being vulnerable and overgiving and giving too much. And there was a lot of negative connotations, but a little bit of kindness really does go a long way. And I remember people for how they made me feel, not what they did, okay? And it's really important when you are embodying that femininity, and for me to understand that the way that I make people feel is actually really important. So kindness is one, and the kindness that you give, the compliments that you give, the energy that you give to people, and also the interactions, okay? I have been that stereotypical girl in the past where people have assumed I would be a certain way, and then when they've met me, they've said, oh my god, I never thought you would be like that. Okay, and that was probably due to body language, resting bitch face, looking very serious, always being in a rush, almost looking like I don't have time for anyone and anything, which then actually put people off interacting with me. So when I speak about interactions, I speak about body language, physical touch, the way that you smile when somebody is speaking to you. Eye contact is really important, and as somebody that has been on the receiving end of really poor body language, really closed off, eyes down, not engaging, not keeping me in the conversation, I know how frustrating that is, and also how unattractive that is when somebody's body language and interaction is not a pleasant experience and isn't a welcoming environment. So when I speak about feminine pillars and feminine traits, hopefully you're starting to see that this is a much more well-rounded view than pretty dresses and wearing the color pink. This is really about how you hold yourself as a woman and how you interact, how you give, how you are, how you show up. And for me, the way that you interact with people is really, really important, and I've definitely learned that from myself, that I am so much more well received with better body language, better interaction, better ability to interact in a two-way setting. And when I was speaking about emotional intelligence, this is things like being able to actively listen, being able to actively receive feedback, being able to pause, being able to absorb information and not listen to respond, okay? And there's a lot of behaviors and traits that I could dive into in this video, but when I'm speaking about interaction and emotional intelligence, it does embody all of those things. Learning when to pause, learning when to receive, learning when to give that advice. And I feel like I've definitely observed recently, a lot of people are just dying to speak over you, and a lot of people are dying to listen to what you're saying, but only because they want to share their own story on top. And there's so much power in being a kind, open, emotionally aware, emotionally available person in conversations and interactions as well. Another feminine pillar is mystery. Okay, and in a world where we overshare, and I am the queen of oversharing as a coping mechanism to be liked, which is a complete other piece of inner work that I am going through right now, but in a world where we do overshare and everything is accessible via social media, maintaining mystery is such a key quality for not even just keeping interest, because this isn't about getting a man or attracting the masculine energy, but to an extent it kind of is, okay? And it's about attracting that balance and having that harmony in relationships, partnerships, work settings, of having that balance of the masculine and feminine. But when you can maintain that bit of mystery and not give everything and not overshare everything, you really stand in your power, because humans love to explore and humans love to learn. Guys, I've been sat here that long that my camera has died, but on the mystery point, there is so much power in privacy and allowing somebody to learn more about you when that time comes, rather than giving it all up. But maintaining that mystery has so much power to it, and especially when I was talking about EQ and learning when to listen and learning when to speak and learning when to share, there's so much power in maintaining that bit of mystery and really allowing people to understand that, one, you're a good listener and you can listen to somebody else's world and somebody else's view of the world and somebody else's life, and not feel like you have to interrupt, interject and overshare with yourself. But it also shows a real sense of confidence and security by being able to maintain that mystery and not overshare everything. Because like I said before, oversharing for me has always been a coping mechanism of being liked. If I just tell everyone everything right now, then they've got everything they need. So if they want to run, that's fine. And they don't have to find out things later as if I actually have horrendous skeletons in the closet. I'm just me. And again, that was just a fear of abandonment, fear of being a burden. These are all things that I'm working on from an inner work perspective. But by you holding that confidence and that mystery, it really encourages the masculine energy to be more drawn into you as well, because you'll probably find you get asked more questions, and you probably feel a sense of confidence as well by having somebody constantly asking you the questions and really wanting to learn more about you rather than you sharing it. And especially, like I said, in a world where we can overshare on social media, that's something I'm being a lot more mindful of as well, because there's a lot of power in privacy, and privacy and secrecy are two very different things. I choose to keep my relationships in private, but I will then share other aspects of my life, but I don't make it a secret and welcome in other energy, if you know what I mean. So number 4 was mystery, and my camera battery is coming on again. Your girl has been speaking for so long. There's so much more that I want to say on this and so much more that I want to share with you guys. So judging on how well this video does, if you guys enjoy it, I'll definitely bring some more learnings, because I am on this journey, and I want to say that again at the end of this video. I am on this journey. I am not there yet. I still have roadblocks to overcome. I still have a lot more to learn about myself and a lot more to embrace and embody with my natural feminine energy, and I'm definitely working on receiving as much as I can at the moment. But if you did enjoy this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. I'd love to know what you guys took from this video as well, because like I said, I'm really coming from a place of somebody that's lived that independent female boss, like hustler background, and I know it's going to be a longer journey than just this for me to really be able to embody and encompass femininity. So I would love to know what you guys thought of this. There was so much more I wanted to share. There's so much coming to me, like smell, when I was talking about appearance and perfumes and being remembered for a scent and the way that you make people feel. But I will probably bring that in another video. Guys, my camera died again, so I'm really quickly outroing this because I need to run for a meeting. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are enjoying this new vibe on my channel, then let me know if you've been around for a little while, because I'm really changing up the way that I do my videos. But I'm gonna love you guys and leave you, and I really hope that you guys want to stick around for some more content, because there's so much more that I want to share on this topic alone, because it is a journey that I'm going on myself. So yes, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys soon.